Hi everyone, Lucy here. This is a super practical video that I've been asked a few times for now, so I thought I'd jump on and talk about how we go about fulfilling our orders when we have a 3PL warehouse. So this is a separate warehouse from us that does all our picking, packing and shipping. How does that work with Faire? So I'll just talk you through it. When we get an order on Faire, that happens as normal. The order comes in, we have to accept it. When we accept it, we put the date in. We use the Shopify integration, so at this point, once it's accepted, it will be pulled through into Shopify and hold as an order in there. We actually use Shopify flows to tag these orders. So when it comes through from Faire, it is tagged as wholesale. Same with some other systems. So it all links up and we've got these Shopify flows that tag all of these orders as wholesale. So we know there are B2B orders. This will then talk with our warehouse management system. So this software uses API to pull through all the orders from Shopify, and they're constantly talking. So it'll pull through the order, and it knows it can read the tags as well. So then that system knows that this is wholesale. It doesn't know where it's come from. It has no idea that it's a Faire order, but it knows that it's been tagged as wholesale. So that will then fall into certain flows on the warehouse system as well. So depending on which warehouse system you use, they can have order rules and ways of looking at the tags of an order, in this case, and then putting the correct shipping options on it. So our B2C orders will come through as normal. Our warehouse will read that and be like Royal Mail, first class, whatever's happening on that side. These ones will come through, it will read them as wholesale, and it'll put them into a DPD, for example. So our UK wholesale orders come through and it puts them in the right shipping option. That then all happens as normal. So the warehouse will pick, pack and ship that. When a courier label is generated, we get a tracking number in the portal. So that is at that point that we need to go back into Faire. What we don't have is a way for it to go all the way back through to Faire. So we'd love for Faire to do that eventually, where it is clever enough to pull the tracking information back from Shopify into Faire and see that the order has already been fulfilled. Because right now what we have to do is take that tracking number, copy it, and put it into Faire. Faire's system means that we can choose from a list of couriers or add our own one, type it in and put the tracking number and mark as fulfilled. At that point, our job is done on that order unless there are any other kind of follow-up questions from the customer. What we've never done, and I've looked into it, but I've never done it, is use the ship with Faire option. So this is where Faire generates a courier label for you. I did look at it because I thought maybe it would be a cheaper option for us, especially with international shipping. But what it would mean is it would create a lot of issues with, once the order has been created, it will get pulled through into Shopify, into the warehouse management system. I then have to pause it there, go and get the courier label from Faire, send it to our warehouse for them to print and almost override another courier label. I actually think this would cause too many issues in the system because it's removing automation from the system. It's adding extra touch points in. It's kind of the opposite of what you want to do in logistics. So we never actually got around to using that option. It was just adding too much more admin. We want to reduce our admin, not increase it. And so we use ship on our own. And yes, we have an upfront cost to that versus Faire paying for the courier label, but that's fine. It's just a much easier system for us. Once the tracking label's in, that's when you are able to put in the costings. So obviously if you're shipping with the Faire courier label, there's no issue there, they've paid for it. But our method, we have to input the weight of the parcel and how much it cost us, or what we're actually charging customers for shipping. So what we do with the UK orders is we're not charging them unless it's under a certain threshold, and then we'll charge them a fixed amount. So that's what we're putting in. The downside with Faire at the moment is they're trying to be too clever with their calculation of shipping at checkout, and it estimates it, and that's not always accurate. However, the good news is they've got beta testing now a better shipping costing system. So we're actually in the beta test for that, where we'll have more of a say of the shipping calculation at checkout. So it should be kind of like a fixed price, hopefully. We've only just started the beta testing, so we'll have to let you know how that gets on. But that's going to be much better for us because we'll be able to be much more upfront with our costing, because our costing is actually really simple, especially for UK. It's free over £150 and it's a fixed amount underneath that. So we don't want an estimated shipping amount for these UK customers. We want the kind of blanket approach because it's really black and white and really easy to communicate to our customers. I think we've been losing too many customers at checkout because Faire has been calculating our shipping. It's been wrong, it's been too high, and then we lose people out of the funnel. So it's great news that Faire has taken our feedback on board, and we'll let you know how we get on with this new shipping function that they're testing at the moment. And yes, ultimately, I think it is actually a really easy system. We've had no problems with it. I think the next best step would be for Faire to be able to pull the tracking information from Shopify into Faire and auto-fulfill, because right now we are having to do that manually. If an order goes out and we haven't checked it and we haven't input it, technically it's on its way, it's fulfilled, but because we haven't gone in and got the tracking and put it into Faire, do we, miss the shipment, or are we classed as late on Faire? The customer thinks it's later than it actually is. I guess there's a bit of under-promising, over-delivering, because it'll arrive sooner than they thought it would. But ultimately, the more automation we can have, the better. So that would be my next thing that I ask for from Faire. If you're listening, we would obviously happily be a guinea pig for this method. But ultimately, it's a very easy system. We're really happy with it. We're happy using a 3PL and Faire. We've been doing it for 2 years already, no problems. And I hope you found this video useful for everyone that was asking for it. But please drop any questions or thoughts in the comments below, and I will endeavour to come back to you as soon as possible. If you did find this useful, please drop us a like and subscribe to get more content every week to help you and your business grow. And I'll see you in the next video.